Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinions with me, Randy Prizzle. Got the wrong fingers mixed up, but it is what it is still. Big up yourself for watching this, checking out this video. First time watchers, seasoned watchers, all of that. Appreciate the love, share it below, and let's get on with the Unpopular Opinions of today's episode. Margarine is not interchangeable for butter. Now obviously, for me, I have vegan butter because obviously I can't consume butter that's got dairy products in it. I'm allergic to milk, I'm allergic to eggs, and that sort of thing is a no-go for me. But I've had margarine before, and margarine just doesn't taste the same as butter does. It's not as salty, it's very much a diluted version. People say, what is diluted? It's a very watered down version of what butter should be. That's what margarine is. You use margarine for cake and those sort of things. You use it for baking. You don't use margarine for putting on toast or stuff like that. It doesn't work. It doesn't do the job just like a butter does. It's a low down broke version of a butter. If you want a cheaper alternative, that's when you're looking for a margarine. Because margarine probably is a cheaper alternative to butter, but it absolutely doesn't taste the same as a butter does. So that's just my opinion on that. Next one we come to. In chess, having no place to move your king should be a loss, not a draw. Now, I don't play chess, so I don't know about all of this. Do you know what I mean? I play drafts. I'm a drafts guy. Do you know what I mean? So drafts is generally my game. Chess, I don't know what to tell you much about chess. But what are your opinions on this? You could put your comments below on that one or keep them to yourself. I hear nor there with this opinion because I don't play chess. So let's move on to the next one. As someone in his 30s, Gangnam Style was the closest humanity has ever come to joy in terms of content and music. No. Doing all of that was your joy of content and music. What planet was you living on? Haven't you heard of music before that? The 80s music, 90s music, 2000s music. Gangnam Style. Really? Gangnam Style is your choice? Is what you say is the closest for joy in terms of content and music? What? I can't believe it. Someone slap that person, please. Because that person is on a mad one. You're waffling at this point in time. You're eating Captain Birdseye. That's what you're doing right here, right now. I'm not trying to hear that. Gangnam Style, listen, for what it was, it did its thing for the culture. Man like Psy got his money, and then we never heard from man again. That's just what it is. One hit wonder sayings, or two, I think he had two, I don't know. But man got his money from making the record, and he ducked out. Big up to him. You earned what you did, you know what I mean? You set the trends to people worldwide, and they did the dance and all of that. But as far as I'm concerned, it isn't a joy in terms of content and music. It's just what it is. It was for that culture at that period of time where people just latched onto something that was obviously transcending in terms of what it was doing. You know what I mean? The dance, I think, revolutionized people's passion to jam to this sort of music. For me, it was a no-go. But let's move on to the next one. Housekeeping is completely unnecessary and annoying. I mean, I don't think it is unnecessary and annoying. I think if you have people obviously living in your house and they keep it untidy, they don't really, let's say, stick to the rules and guidance of what you've set in the house, then you obviously have to go there and lay down the law, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Do the Judge Dredd stuff. But I think housekeeping is not annoying. I don't see it as unnecessary. I think it's something you have to do. in order to keep a house tidy, in order to keep a house organized. So I disagree with that. Next one. Shoes off homes with dogs makes no sense. I kind of hear it, to be honest, because if your dog has gone out, trekked through mud, come into the yard, the house, and trod all over everywhere with mud on, then it's a bit like, well, what's going on here? If you own a pet, and obviously you aren't keeping that pet tidy, then you really shouldn't be saying to people, you should keep your shoes off. But I hear it in terms of a respect. I would still respect your house because it's your house. But if you have a pet running around and your pet's just acting loose and wild, I would then question why you've got that pet, because I don't see you taking care of that pet properly. Because obviously if you're allowing it to run amok, then what more do I say to you? You treat it like it's the Pokemon, Mark, all of that. It needs to be to the terms of where you can put that pet in its place and say, hey, this needs to be tidy, pet. No nonsense. Stop barking or stop meowing and stop doing nonsense and clean them up. Do you know what I mean? All right, next one. The celebration of high school graduation is way overblown. I think it's obviously a celebration for moving on. You know what I mean? You got to move on from what you've studied. It's basically moving up into now the working class, where now you can go and find a job. You're now done with studying. You're now done with the pain of writing essays, staying there late nights, do you know what I mean, drinking coffee to keep awake during lectures. All of that pain is gone, and you deserve a party, and you deserve a reward at the end, a ceremony. Now listen, I didn't go to mine because I didn't care about it, but other people do. For them, it's a mark of saying, I've done it, I've achieved, I'm going somewhere. If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, better stand up and pay attention. And that's what they done. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. But that is all, guys, for this episode of Unpopular Opinions. Till next Unpopular Opinions, I'll give my opinions and I'll react later on. Let's get out of here. But you know what to do below. All of that if you're feeling this episode. Later.